Hi guys, good morning everyone. So this is the part 6 video for the MCQs on the making of the Indian Constitution. So we have successfully completed 5 parts for the MCQs and still one more part is left over, right? So these are the MCQs which I have collected from the old question papers, and of course some of them are my own preparation. So before starting the MCQs, first MCQ for today, let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. Sashi Prabha, who is presenting you this particular talk. Moving on to the first MCQ for today. So here we got two statements like assertion. The first statement, the Constituent Assembly of 1946 was not elected on the basis of the universal adult franchises. Second statement, reason for this, the Constituent Assembly was constituted under the scheme formulated by the Cabinet Mission Plan. So, here you have to identify which of the following is the correct answer for our question, right? So, I am reading the statements once again for you guys. The Constituent Assembly of 1946 was not elected on the basis of the universal adult franchises. Yes, the statement is right. The Constituent Assembly was not elected on the basis of the universal franchises. This is one of the feature of the Cabinet Mission Plan scheme. We have explained this in our previous video, in the previous explanatory video. And the Constituent Assembly was constituted under the scheme formulated by the Cabinet Mission Plan. So both the statements are right, and this statement, the second one, reasoning is and correct explanation for this one. Why so? Means the Cabinet Mission Plan, it has given some of the features. It has suggested some of the features under its scheme, and one of this feature is the Constituent Assembly will have the elections, but it is not basing upon the universal adult franchises. Universal adult franchises means the present election system. Whoever crosses the 18 years, they will have the voting rights and they are fully eligible to select their representative. That is called universal adult franchises. So here, according to the Cabinet Mission Plan, we will not follow the universal adult franchises. Right. So this reason, our statement is the correct explanation for the A1. So what is our answer? Both A and B are individually true, and R is the correct explanation for A. So A is the right answer for this particular question. Moving on to the next one immediately. Which of the following are true? So which of the following statements are true? So what are the statements here? The Constituent Assembly adopted the national flag on July 22nd, 1947. Let's see the statements first. Next statement. The Constituent Assembly adopted the national anthem on January 24th, 1950. Last one. On January 26, 1950, the Constituent Assembly held its last session or the final session. Now you have to identify which of the following are true. Now let's go one by one. The first statement, the Constituent Assembly adopted the national flag on July 22nd, 1947. Yes, this is right. On July 22nd, 1947, we adopted the national flag to represent our country, right? We are going to get the independence. Okay, our country is going to get, we got the independence by that time. Of course, we are completely going to become the sovereign nation, so we should have some national flag, we should have some national song and national anthem to represent our country. So for that reason, on July 22nd, they have adopted the national flag that was suggested by Pingala Venkaiah ji. Okay, who made the national flag? Pingala Venkayyaji. Right. So the first statement is right. Second statement, Constituent Assembly adopted the national anthem on January 24th, 1950. Yes, on the last day of the Constituent Assembly, national anthem, and on the same day, national song was also adopted. Both national anthem and national song, these were adopted on January 24th, 1950. And let me tell you guys, this is the last session. Means after this, the Constituent Assembly has been stopped, and on 26th January, we got the Republic. We became complete sovereign, and from then onwards, the Constituent Assembly has acted as a provincial parliament. Right. So what was the last session? When was the last session for the Constituent Assembly? January 24th, 1950 was the last session. So, see the third statement. On January 26th, 1950, the Constituent Assembly held its final session. No, this statement is wrong. The first two statements are right. So, what are the different points that you have collected from this particular bit? First point is national flag was adopted on 22nd July 1950. Yes. And second one, national anthem was adopted on January 24th, 1950. Yes, this is the second point that you have learned. And we have also learned that national song was also adopted on the same day, that was January 24th, 1950. Both national flag and national anthem and national song have been adopted on January 24th, 1950. And one more point that we came to know is the last session for the Constituent Assembly was also on January 24th, 1950. So the last statement is wrong here. So what is our options? 1 and 2 are the right answers for this particular question. So what is our answer here? 1 and 3 means 1 and 2 means option A is the right answer. Clear? So option C is wrong here. Now moving on, who of the following are the members of the Cabinet Mission Plan? So I told you the Cabinet Mission Plan is the reason for getting the Constituent Assembly. Cabinet Mission Plan is suggested or accepted for the Constituent Assembly, and in this Cabinet Mission Plan we are having 3 members. Who of the following are the 3 members? Lord Pethnick Lawrence, Sir Stanford Cripps, and Alexander, that is A.V. Alexander. So in the previous video also we have discussed this point. So you can clearly answer this. So all the above are the right answers. That is the D is the right answer for this particular question. Right. So Lord Pethnick Lawrence, he was the Secretary of the State of India. Sir Stanford Cripps, he was the President of the Board of Trade. And A.V. Alexander was the First Lord of Admiralty. So these designations, their designation is not of much importance for you guys because they were never asked in the examination till now. Just for your general information, I am giving this. Now moving on to the next one, the Assembly elected Dr. Rajendra Prasad ji as the first President of India on which date? Right. So on the Constituent Assembly has been, I have explained this point last time also, the Constituent Assembly, the last session for the Constituent Assembly was January 24th, 1950. Right. So on that day itself, they decided that the Constituent Assembly will act as a provincial parliament. Till when? Till they conduct the election and select the members. And this provincial parliament will have a president, and the president will be the Dr. Rajendra Prasad ji. Okay, Dr. Rajendra Prasad ji will act as a president or the first president of India. Okay, on which date they have decided this? On the last working day of the Constituent Assembly. In the previous question, we have discussed what was the last final day of the Constituent Assembly. It was 24th January 1950. On the last day itself, they decided that till they conduct the elections, they will have the Constituent Assembly will be continuing as a provincial parliament, and so they have decided that Dr. Rajendra Prasad ji will be elected as a first president of India. Right. So that was on January 24th, 1950. So answer for this is B. Now moving on. Who among the following were the members of the drafting committee of the Constitution? Now, I told you the drafting committee will have 7 members, including the chairman of the drafting committee. The chairman of the drafting committee was B.R. Ambedkar ji, right? So along with him we are having 7 members. So here the question is, you have to identify who of the following were the members of the drafting committee. Right. So, see the options here: Syed Mohammad Sadaitullah and Jawaharlal Nehru ji, Madhav Rao ji and H.C. Mukherjee. Yes. So, here the answer is Syed Mohammad Sadaitullah. He is a member of the drafting committee. Jawaharlal Nehru ji, no, he is not a member of drafting committee. And Madhav Rao ji, he was a member of drafting committee. H.C. Mukherjee, no, he is not a member of drafting committee. So, H.C. Mukherjee is not a member of drafting committee. Jawaharlal Nehru is not a member of drafting committee. So, who are the members of the drafting committee among the following? Mohammad Sadaitullah and the Madhav Rao ji. So, option C is the right answer for this. So, here H.C. Mukherjee, I have told you in the previous videos also, he was the Vice President of the Constituent Assembly. Now, moving on. So, C is the right answer for this. Which of the following year is related to the August offer? So, first of all, in order to answer this, you are supposed to know what is August offer and when it was given, what is the purpose of giving this. So, let me explain you the August offer. This was given in the year 1940. Okay. The purpose of giving this, first of all, who gave this means the viceroy at that time, he gave this August offer. Okay. And this August offer, it explains that we will have a separate constituent assembly and India need a separate constitution. Okay, but they will have this constitution preparation. They will start the constitution preparation after the World War II. Okay, so what they said, India will have a separate constitution. For that, they need a constituent assembly. Okay, and that will be started in the after the World War will complete. So after the World War II, this process will start. This was the proposal given by the August offer. Okay, right. So the August offer was given by Linglitgo. So who was the viceroy? I told you the viceroy at that time gave this August offer. So what? Who was the viceroy at that time means? Even this bit is also important. Linglitgo was the Lord Linglitgo was the viceroy of the India at that time. So please remember these names: Lord Linglitgo and what is August offer. All these are important. And just now I told you the August offer was related to the year 1940. It was given in the year 1940. So answer for this question is option B is the right answer for this. Right. So don't just read the MCQs blindly, just go for the background of this. Just now you have seen what is the year related to August offer. If you blindly go to the MCQ, you will just mug up the answer that August offer we got in 1940, but you don't know what is the background, why we got the August offer, who gave the August offer, and what what are the points that are mentioned in the August offer. That you have to know. Then only you can answer any question related to this August offer, right? So always go for the explanation and then come to the MCQs. That's the reason why I say go for the MCQ or go for the explanation first. Now moving on to the next MCQ, the drafting committee was set up on. So here the date for the Constituent Assembly setup and the drafting committee setup will be different. So the drafting committee was set up on which of the following days? So let me give you the answer directly. August 29, 1947 is the date on which the drafting committee was set up. I told you who are the members of the drafting committee and what is the role that they have to do, right? So moving on to the next MCQ quickly. So B is the right answer for this. Moving on to the next one. What is the time period given between the first and the second drafting for the public opinion? So the drafting committee, they will prepare the draft, and after preparing each of the draft, they will discuss in the Constituent Assembly. So let me explain you this one. So altogether we had 3 draftings. For the Constitution, we had 3 drafting, and after each drafting, the time period was given so that it will go into the public, it will reach to the public, and the public opinion will be collected. So the Constitution has 3 draftings, 3 readings also. There is a difference between the 3 readings and the 3 draftings. So here the question is regarding the drafting. What was the time period given between the first and the second drafting for the public opinion? So here they gave 8 months between the first drafting and the second drafting. The first drafting, it took place on in February 1948. This was the first drafting. Okay, and the second drafting was October 1948. This is the second drafting. So in between this first drafting and second drafting, nearly they gave 8 months time for the collection of the public opinion. Right, so the question is how much time they have spent for the first drafting and the second drafting is for the collection of the public opinion. So the answer for this is C. 8 months they gave. 8 months of time they have given for the first drafting and the second drafting only for the collection of the public opinion and to go for whatever the amendments that are necessary. Just now I have explained you these points, guys. The first drafting was done in February 1948, second in October 1948. In between we had 8 months to go for the public opinion and to make any proper necessary corrections if necessary. Moving on to the next MCQ, which of the following are true? So read the statements here. Out of the 299 members of the Constituent Assembly, only 284 signed the Constitution. Yes, I told you the final Constitution was signed by only 284 members. So totally we had 299 members. Okay, 389 members have reduced it to 299 members because of the partition of Pakistan. But finally, by the time we go for the third reading, the final reading, then only 284 members were present in the Constitution and their signatures, all the members' signatures were there in the Constitution, the book, Constitution book, right? So the first statement is right. Now moving on to the second statement. The adopted Constitution contained preamble, 395 articles and 8 schedules. Yes, this is also right. At that time, initially we used to have only 395 articles and 8 schedules. And of course, preamble will also be considered as a part of the Constitution. It is a framework for the Constitution. So, statement 2 is right. Moving on to the next statement, the Constitution was adopted and commenced on November 26, 1949. No, this date is wrong. Right? It was not commenced. It was adopted. Means commenced date is different from that of the and adopted date. So this is the wrong statement. So answer for this is only first and second statements are right. So option A is the right answer for this. So that's all for today's session, guys. Most probably we may have one more video, I think. So after that immediately I'll start history. Okay, I'm trying to rush up the things. Chalo, stay tuned till we get the next video. Subscribe the channel and click the bell icon so that you will get the further notifications. And if you're having any doubts within this, please be free to put them in the comment box. I'll definitely answer for each of your doubts. Right. So all the best, guys. Take care. Bye bye.